सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ॐ Naishkarmya Siddhi, second chapter, page 55, verse 26. Natmana natadamshena gunasvastho vagamyate abhinnatva samatvacha niramshatvada karmatah. Sureshwaracharya, dealing with the topic of anatma, the non-self. Atma means self, anatma means non-self. What is non-self? We have to understand for the purpose of understanding the self. The self, I, the Atma, we can grasp only when I understand what is non-self. Non-self or anatma is an inert matter by itself. Non-self or anatma is jada prakriti, matter by itself. Atma, the consciousness, lend existence and sentiency to that matter, prakriti, which is jadam. Our body, physical body, our mind, sukshma shariram, made out of matter, they are originally inert, jadam, or insentient. This has to be grasped. You have already grasped through Kenopanishad. Keneshitam patati preshitam manaha. The student asked his guru, because of what principle this jadapadartha is sentient? For that, Guru said that is Atma Chaitanyam. So this Atma Chaitanyam, all of us are experiencing all the time as consciousness principle. I, the experiencer, am always aware of the consciousness principle, that is myself. I am conscious being. When I am conscious being only, I can be conscious of anything else. Now you are conscious of my words. Unless you are a conscious being, conscious principle, that your consciousness, you cannot be conscious of my words. Unless you are a conscious being, that you are the consciousness principle, you cannot have an experience of my words in the form of awareness. I'm conscious of. This is available for all people all the time, universally. This consciousness principle, I am, is available for every conscious entity in this universe. It is universal. samanya anubhava. It is not a specific time bound, space bound entity. I am conscious of. Every being is conscious of. None of us lacking the experience of consciousness. Really speaking, that experience of consciousness is as myself. I don't experience consciousness as a second entity. I don't experience, or no one experience consciousness as a second entity, as an object entity. No one experience like that. Therefore, this is universal. Very important point, every one of us note this. Being a conscious entity, if anyone says, I experience that supra-consciousness state, I have got an experience of supra-conscious state, that experience itself is consciousness. There is no supra-consciousness. There is only one consciousness, neither inferior nor superior. Therefore, that consciousness is available all the time for all people. It is not objectifiable by anyone at any time. It need not be objectified because, fortunately, that consciousness happens to be myself, my real nature. That is my real nature, my swarupam. No one can deny. Guru cannot give that swarupam to you, or Bhagavan cannot give, need not give. Even Shastra need not give. Guru, Shastra, Ishvara helps us to know that you are conscious entity. That consciousness is Atma. That Atma is yourself. Therefore, don't try to experience that Atma or that consciousness. Atma Anubhava is universal. Atma Anubhava is Sarvada Asti. Always it is there. Then what is Nasti? What is not there? That Sarvada, all the time, in every cognition, in every experience, every knowledge that is evident, we have to recognize. We have to discover. So Atma is attributeless. This Bhatta Purva Mimamsaka, one kind of, one class of Purva Mimamsaka, Prabhakaramatam, Bhattamatam, like that. One view of Purva Mimamsaka, he is telling, Atma has got an attributes. I, the Atma, am experiencing my own Sukha, Dukkha, I am experiencing. This is Pratyaksha Anubhavam, direct experience. For that, Sureshwaracharya said what? That what you are experiencing is Anatma Anubhava, that is, not Atma Anubhava. That Sukha, Dukkha, Ragitvam, Sukhim, Dukkhitvam, all of them belong to the Sukshma Shariram, Anatma. You are the observer, you are the experiencer, you are the knower, you are the subject. Atma can never become an object to experience those attributes. Atma alone cannot be the subject and object. Atma ever the subject, ever the experiencer, never the experienced object. experienced emotions, that likes and dislikes, sorrow, worry, guilt, hurt, all are given in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad itself. Kama sankalpo vichikitsa ichha dhritihi manaha eva. They all belong to mana eva. Sarvam mana eva. They are all happening modifications. Vritti parinama. Dukkha vritti, sukha vritti, ichha vritti. All are kama vritti, dvesha vritti. All are vrittis only, modifications happening in the mind locus. They all belong to the mind attributes. Mind belongs to Sukshma Shariram. Sukshma Shariram is made out of matter. Matter is Prakriti. Your Sukshma Shariram is different from you, the consciousness. Why we have to analyze this Sukshma Shariram? To disidentify, to disown, to disclaim. I am not Sukshma Shariram. I am not having raga, dvesha, dukkha, any sort of limitations are not there to me. They are all happening in the anatma mind. Objectify them. Look at them from distance intellectually. Never identify with them. Identifying with them is called samsara. Disidentifying with them or distancing them from me, the Atma, I am the observer, they are observed by me, experienced by me, grasped by me. They are not me. Something happening in the anatma mind. So what? I have no control over anatma totally. Maximum we don't have control on anatma, body-mind complex. On what I don't have control, why I have to waste my time and energy and making my life miserable. An intelligent person, as early as possible, recognize this fact and say that I am free from sorrow. I am free from all limitations. So, Atmana, even total one Atma, if you take whole Atma, na Atmana, Gunaha swasthaha, if the gunas are there in the Atma, suppose you say that Atma can never avagamyate, na avagamyate. It cannot objectify that gunas. If gunas are there to Atma, suppose, hypothetically, it's not possible. It's not there. If they are there also, it cannot experience what it has got really. But we are experiencing them separately. Therefore, you are free from all those gunas. Suppose Atma has got any part, one part of Atma experiencing the other part of Raga, Dvesha, Kama, Krodha, all sufferings. One part of Atma experiencing another part of sufferings of Atma, that cannot be happened. Because the reasons are given in the second line, Abhinnatvat. Atma is one, it doesn't have any divisions. Abhinnatva means no divisions. In Atma, one part of Atma knowing the other part of Atma's attributes, it doesn't have any division. If there is a division, it can objectify. When Abhinnatvat, it doesn't have any divisions, there is no subject-object division. Not only that, samatvacha, it is uniform, homogeneous, same like. The whole Atma is self-luminous consciousness principle. Whole Atma. Half Atma is insentient, half Atma is sentient. No. In Jaina Mata they say, Jainism, ant has got the small Atma, elephant has got big Atma, they say. Atma is Vibhuhu in big bodies, Atma is Anuhu in small bodies. They're all great philosophers people follow without thinking logically. Shruti, without Shruti, they talk logic. Therefore, we should not go for logic without Shastra. Shruti Sammata Tarka, we can use and get benefit of that logic. Abhinnatvat samatvacha, not only that, niramshatvat, there is no amsha at all in Atma. Amsha is not possible. Parts are not possible. Amsha rahitaha, Atma is niramshaha. There are no any parts in Atma to experience one part of Atma experiencing the other part of Atma. It never happened. Fortunately, I, the Atma, am partless. I am ever free from limbs. I am limbless. That is why no defects at all, no any declension at all, because there are no parts. Up to here we saw in the last class. Now we'll go to the next page, 56, 27th verse, Anubandhokti, introduction. Na yugapannapi kramena ubhayatha cha ekasya dharmino grahya grahakatvam upapadyata iti pratipadanaya aha. Two corrections are there. One correction, upapadyata, it should be, one pakara is not there, you have to include. Upapadyata iti. That is one correction. Suppose Atma, we can see if Atma has got any possibilities, three possibilities are assuming Atma have attributes. Suppose three possibilities are there. One is already refuted, that is Atma also is a, if Atma has got attributes, that attributed Atma, it cannot be an object of experience. The Atma attributes cannot be experienced by Atma, the subjects, its own attributes, if they are there. It is not possible. That is already we have refuted that one possibility. The second possibility is, can you say Anatma becomes the subject? Can say Anatma becomes the subject to experience or to objectify the Atma. Can we say, second possibility, just we are telling and negating. Can you say Anatma becomes the subject to experience the Atma as an object? Is it possible? This is also not possible. Why? Because Anatma happens to be Jadam, inert. Anatma happens to be Jadam, inert. Jadatvat, inert Anatma can never objectify the Atma as an object. Inert Atma can never have the status of subject. Subject always must be a conscious entity. Remember, we learned grammar when we were in school, and subject, object, predicate, verb, so many things we learn. But look into it from Vedantic standpoint now. What we talk subject, actually, a subject is nothing but none other than Atma Chaitanyam. Object is an object as long as when there is a subject. Subject is a subject when, as long as there is an object. So subject, I am objectifying many objects. Objects are inert, subject is sentient. So Anatma can never become the subject to objectify the Atma, Jadatvat, because of insentiency. Who is insentient? Anatma, mind, body, they cannot experience. Third possibility we'll see. Suppose Atma number 1 experiencing the Atma number 2. First Atma experiencing the second Atma. Second Atma experiencing the first Atma. That is also not possible. Because ekameva dvitiyam ekatvat. Atma is one. Your Atma is one, my Atma is one, another Atma is number 3, fourth Atma, fifth Atma, there are no many Atmas. Why people talk about many souls, many Atmas? Whenever they talk Atma travel, Atmas are many, that is soul, that is Sukshma Shariram, that is also called Atma, that is also called Atma, Gauna Atma. That is not original self. That is soul, traveling soul, Jiva. These are all we have already seen. We had seen so many places, in so many texts. So, ekatvat atmanaha, subject-object division, karta-karma division is not possible. You cannot experience Atma. Now you are just like you are listening to me. You are listening to me. You are seeing me. You are seeing me means what? You are seeing my body, not Atma. I am seeing your names. If you open your video, I can see your body, face, etc. Your face appears. Anatma face only I experience, not Atma. If at all I experience, if anyone says I have an extraordinary mystic experience, suppose anyone vehemently claim that these sannyasis or acharyas, they don't have experience of Atma. That's why they are jealous of those people who are all have got experience. That is why these people who do not have experience of Atma, they don't accept others' experience. They never agree with them. They negate them. Like that people think. That is not correct. Not that they have not got any experience and others have got mystic experience. What Shastra says? Shastra says, if anyone has got any extraordinary mystic experience, if anyone get, let them have lot of experiences. Let them have lot of mystic, extraordinary, supra experiences. Only one word. Experience of what? Something. You have got lot of experiences about something. We see something. Experience means we seeing something else. All are come under anatma. All of them come under anatma, no exception. Any extraordinary experience also an experience only. There is no doubt in that. Therefore, Vedantic student must be very, very clear. Never believe in any extraordinary experiences. That means you are not clear with Shastra. You are not having any knowledge of Shastra. In spite of listening, also people are enamored by mystic experiences. Somebody's mystic experiences, explaining, describing, description, go on and on talking means those people are not fit for Shastra study. They are not fit for Shastra study. They don't have yogyata, adhikaritvam in studying Shastra. They can go happily towards those mystic experiences behind those people. They need not come to Shastra. After coming to Shastra and talking about mystic experiences and giving the description of somebody's experiences means those people are unfit to touch the Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads, to sit in the class also. There is no any soft corner here for anyone. We need not. The fact is fact. That is why any anubhava is only anatma anubhava, not atma anubhava. Atma anubhava need not happen, need not take place at a particular time, a specific time, at a specific place. Nothing. Okay. Therefore, this Purvapakshi is so powerful, Purvapakshi. Even Nayayika, here we are not discussing Nayayika, Vaiseshikas. They are also very powerful Purvapakshis. They talk about Atma has got a lot of attributes. Chaitanyam is the attribute of Atma, they say. How can you deny them? They wrote many books and they talk more about logic. And you cannot stand in front of them. Ordinary person cannot stand in front of them. And people think they are right also. That Nyaya Vaiseshika, they are right. So that is why you require lot of blessing to understand Advaita Vedanta. As Shankaracharya said in Viveka Chudamani, Durlabham, very, very, very rare. Now we are going to refute the Purvapakshi. Again, Purvapakshi continues. So now three possibilities we have negated. Niramshatvat, Atma can never be experienced. Jadatvat, Anatma cannot experience the Atma. Ekatvat, Atma alone exists, no second Atma. There is no possibility of subject-object division. Sad. Okay. In this paragraph, Ekasya Dharminaha, one entity. 27th verse, introduction, we are seeing. Middle portion, you see. Chaikasya is there. Ubhayadha cha ekasya, that cha plus ekasya. So, ekasya dharminaha, one entity, that is Atma Chaitanyam, dharminaha means entity, consciousness, that Sashti Vibhakti, dharminaha. That dharmi means entity. Dharminaha is Sashti Vibhakti, subject of that object. dharminaha. That entity consciousness which is grahya grahakatvam. Same one entity cannot be grahya grahaka. Grahaka means subject, grahya means object. Grahya grahaka. Na ubhayatha api. In both ways. What are the both ways here he presents? Yugapat na upapadyate, kramena api na upapadyate. Yugapat, simultaneously, at a time, Atma becoming the object, to experience. Then Atma becomes the object to experience. Then who is the subject? If Atma simultaneously, like in action, double action they do, and olden days they used to do action, mono action, and he gives the dialogue this side and standing, and coming this side another dialogue, another role, dialogue he gives. Like that, one person playing the role of two characters. It is possible in monologue drama, but it is not possible with regard to Atma. Atma is ashabdam, asparsham, arupam, avyayam. So, yugapat means simultaneously. Hypothetically also, suppose we imagine Atma become the object. Atma become the object. Who will be the subject? Atma become the object. Who will be the subject simultaneously at a time? Who will be the subject, knower of that object? Atma. There is no subject if Atma becomes an object. Therefore, Yugapat, Atma cannot become simultaneously, Atma cannot become the object, being a subject, object at a time. It is not possible. Or Kramena va. Kramena means sequentially. Sequentially, is it possible? Kramena means sequentially. 8 o'clock, Atma playing the subject role, and 2 minutes, 8 o'clock and 2 minutes, Atma becomes the object. Is it possible? That is also not possible. Kramena api. 8 o'clock, Atma is the subject. Then who is the object? 8 o'clock and 2 minutes or 2 seconds. If Atma is the object, who is the subject then? Kramena, sequentially, after some time Atma is subject, sometime Atma is the object. First of all, subject and object are standpoint. Standpoint means what? Subject is a subject. It can retain its subjecthood when there is object in front. When there is an object in front. Grahya grahaka. Subject is a subject when there is an object in front. Object also can maintain the object status when there is a subject. So object status is always given by the subject. Subject status of subject always given by the object. Very nice, interesting. Subject status of subject always given by the object. Object status, the status, object status of object given by the subject. Object is not an object by itself. subject is not a subject by itself. Just like a mother is not a mother by herself. Father himself is not father by himself. Father is a father from the standpoint of the son, his own son or daughter. Mother's status is because of daughter or son. Children are children from the standpoint of parents. All are standpoints, relative. Same way, subject, object also, same like that. Very, very mind-boggling topic this is. The more you think, you see the greatness of Vedanta teaching, you can dwell upon. Yugapat na upapadyate dharminaha grahya grahakatvam. Dharminaha, consciousness, Atma Chaitanyam, principle. At a time, simultaneously, at a time, it cannot become the subject-object. Or, kramenava, sequentially, one after the other. One after the other, not possible. So, subject-object must be there at a time. You cannot talk about subject one time, object some other time. It is not possible. So, ubhayatha, in both ways, anupapadyate, na upapadyate. Where is that nakara in the first word? Na upapadyate iti pratipadanaya aha. To establish this, Sureshwaracharya is going to explain in 27th verse this idea. So the role of experiencer Atma is employed as subject drashta. So you can see the first line now. I will read the shloka. Drashtrutvenopayuktatvat tadaiva syanna drishyata kalantare cha drishyatvam nahi drashtrukamishyat sahi nahya drashtrukamishyate. Printing is not very clear. Drashtru, it should be he adrashtru. Hyadrashtru is there. He, second line, he plus adrashtru. Now look into the first line. Drashtruttvena upayuktatvad. Atma is taken as drashta, the subject. Drashtruttvena upayuktatvad. Since the Atma, the role of experiencer, Atma is employed. Upayuktatvat means employed. As what? Drashtruttvena. As the subject, drashta, seer, knower, grahakaha, experiencer, grasper, observer. So many names. Grahya means grasped, observed, known, like that. Drashtruttvena upayuktatvat tada eva drishyata na syat. Simultaneously. Tada eva means yugapat. Tadaiva is there. How to split? Tada eva is equal to yugapat. While playing the role of subject, tada eva, while playing the role of subject, Atma, it cannot play the role of object at a time. Atma can never have object status at a time. Tada eva na drishyata. Drishyata means object or experienced or observed drishyata or observed, experienced. Next line. So the first line is clear. Drashtratvena upayuktatvat. Atma happens to be the drashta, the knower, the observer, the experiencer. Upayuktatvat, it is employed. It is playing the role of subject. Tada eva, at the same time, na drishyata syad. It cannot be an object. Now second line. Kalantare, the second line, we can divide into two sentences. One sentence is Kalantare drashtrutvam. Kalantare means kramena. I told you sequentially. 8 o'clock subject, 9 o'clock object, 8 o'clock or 8:30 object. And madri. Kalantare means different timings. Kalantare drishyatvam chet. That chet, one more takara is missing. Kalantara is there because of it is not re is not appearing properly. Kalantare in different timing. Chet drishyatvam chet. If you say after different timing, some other time, it can become drishyam. Drishyatvam means object. If you say so, so kalantare drishyatvam chet tat adrashtrikam bhavati. Adrashtrikam is in the last word. Adrashtrikam, it cannot be the subject. So kalantare drishyatvam chet tat adrashtrukam bhavati. That perception becomes subjectless perception. After 8:15, 8 o'clock Atma is the subject, 8:15 Atma is the object. That 8:15 Atma which becomes the object, it becomes the subjectless object. It becomes the subjectless object. When subjectless object is there, it is not an object. Object is object when there is subject. Subject is subject when there is object. Okay? Then it becomes 8:15, that Atma which has become object, it becomes the subjectless object. Adrashtrukam bhavati. First sentence. So first sentence is clear. Kalantare drishyatvam chet. A takara you have to add. Drishyatvam chet tat adrashtrikam bhavati. Full stop. The second sentence we can say adrashtrikam na drishyate. Adrashtrikam, same adrashtrikam you take again. Na ishyate. Adrashtrikam na ishyate. Nakara is there. He indeed, emphasizing. Indeed, adrashtrikam na ishyate means what? Na vidyate drashtra yasmin tat adrashtrikam. That is, subjectless perception is not acceptable. Adrashtrikam na ishyate. Subjectless perception is not acceptable, in which the subject has become an object. That is the meaning. Sanskrit words, if you see, the English sentence comes very big sentence. Sanskrit is just very simple. So subjectless perception is not acceptable, because in which the subjectless in which the subject has become an object. Subjectless perception is not acceptable, in which subject has become an object. So, for that object there is no subject for perception. I hope drilling our minds. Very, very, very brilliant presentation. Okay, with this, this shloka is over. Now we'll go to the next 28th verse. So what is the final consolidation? The objectness of an object is possible only when there is a subject. The subjectness of the subject is possible only when there is an object. Okay. Minus subject, the object loses its objecthood. Minus subject, the object loses its objecthood. Minus object, the subject loses its subjecthood. Really speaking, Atma is not even subject also. Only for teaching purpose we introduce the subject, object and all. So finally we negate. So adhyaropa apavadabhyam. Introducing first, making the student to understand, then everything dismantle. Like putting scaffoldings, putting the roof, they put iron sheets. After the ceiling sets, all the iron sheets they remove. Olden days they put only wooden beams like. Nowadays they put iron sheets, they remove. Once the ceiling sets, similarly once the student mind is set properly, adhyaropa kale, everything we introduce, after setting we remove apavada kale. In the adhyaropa apavada, to understand, the student has to purumaya, patiently listen to Guru with Shraddha. That student alone can understand what is Adhyaropa and Apavada. Other students are all only doing bhajana. Bhajana. Bhajana means what? Okay, Shastra is very nice. My Guru is so nice. Teaching is so nice, so nice, so nice. Okay, but are you clear in understanding? That clarity? Clarity comes as you give more time for Shastra. Now let us go to the next 28th verse. But a number has given wrongly here. It looks 25th in the book what I have given. Already 25th in the previous page itself it is over. It was over. Now it at 28th verse introduction. Correct the number. In Sanskrit, those who do not know Sanskrit, no problem. It is in Sanskrit number. Now only I am seeing this number. Okay. I will read the introduction. Santu kamama kamanam atma dharmaha mamatvadayah yathoktan nyaya balat anatmatayaiva cha teshu vyavaharat aham rupasya tu प्रत्यगात्म संबंधितयैव प्रसिद्धेः अहं ब्रह्मास्मीति श्रुतेश्च अनात्मधर्मत्वं युक्त अयुक्तमिति चेत् न. Now Purvapakshi is telling. Purvapakshi means one type of Puramimamsaka, Bhattamatam. Santu, now he is telling, yes, Sureshwaracharya, okay, I will accept, I agree, all this kama, krodha, dukkha, different type of ichha, yatna, mamakara, all of them are attributes of anatma. Okay, I'll accept now. He is coming to that level. But this aham is a property of Atma. I want to include that aham in the Atma only. All other attributes you take. I also give them to Anatma only. Sukshma Sharira only, Manas only. all of them are not there in the Atma. Up to now what he said, Mamakara also is the property of Atma, Yatnaha, Vidhihi, all Dhritihi, everything is belong to Atma only, he said. Now he is coming to that extent. Okay, I accept Mamakara and Yatna, Dhriti, etc., all belong to Sukshma Shariram, Manas only. And he gives the reason also. But Ahankara, I want to keep that with Atma only, that property. Why? That also he gives the reason. What reason he gives? Shruti reason he gives. You see, here, Santu, as you wish. As you wish, okay, as you wish, we can accept most of the properties. Bhavantu, Santu, let them be there to, let them be there with Anatma. They are all referred to Manaha, Yatnaha, all of them. Kama, Kamam, Anatma Dharma. Kama means desire. Desire, Anatma Dharma. They are the properties, attributes of Anatma, Sukshma Shariram, mind. Okay, I agree. Dharma. Mamatvadayaha. He mentioned in the 22nd verse, first line, Mamatvadayaha, Mamatvam, Yatnam, Dhriti. That he refers here. Mamatvadayaha, Mamakara, mineness. What is mine is not me. Okay, I'll agree now. After so many slokas, after so much of argument, he is ready to accept that. Mamatvadayaha, Yatnaha, etc. Bhavantu. After here you can take one sentence, full stop. Okay. Santu kamam anatma dharmaha kamam mamatvadayaha anatma dharmaha bhavantu. Full stop. Yathokta nyaya balat, because of the reason given by you. In 26th verse, 27th verse, we have given reasons in the above slokas. Yathokta balat, because you have given the reason, so okay, I will accept. Balat means because of that power of that reasoning. 26 and 27 slokas you mentioned, Jadatvat, Ekatvat, Niramshatvat, Abhinnatvat, Samatvat, so many reasons you have given. Okay, Yathokta, as you said above. Balat, Atmataya, Anatmataya evacha, they all belong to Anatma. How you split there? Balad plus Anatmataya plus eva. Balad Anatmataya eva is there. Okay? Balat, because of that your forcible speech, your clarity, your reasoning. Anatmataya eva, as the Anatma only. Teshu vyavaharaha. Teshu vyavaharaha. Vyavaharat. Takara, da has to be down. Vyavaharat. When you split, Vyavaharat aham rupasyatu. That after Vyavaharat you can put a full stop. You can make the sentence separate. Teshu Vyavaharat means they are all referred to. Teshu means that Mamakara, Yatna, Dhriti, etc., etc. So Vyavaharat Santu. That Santu you have to supply here in the first line. Mamakara, Mama, Yatna, Dhriti, any desires, they are all effort, etc. Vyavahara Santu. Let them be in Anatma Vyavahara only. But Aham Rupasyatu, whereas the ego, Ahankara, I am, Aham Rupantu, Pratyagatma Sambandhitaya eva. Pratyagatma means I the self, inner self, I am. Pratyagatmataya sambandha, it has sambandha with me. What ahankara, only I want to keep with me. That belongs to me. Ego. English, there is poetical. Why they say you, I, okay, they write E in English, British English, okay. So, Atma Sambandhitaya, as Pratyagatma Sambandhitaya, as the inner self, Prasiddhehe Aham Brahmasmi iti. It is well known. Laukika Prasiddhi. What is well known? Aham Brahmasmi. Everyone knows that Laukika Prasiddhehe. This is one. Then Aham Brahmasmi iti Shrutischa. So two reasons he is giving. In the world also, everyone say what? I am, I am, I am. This I am is myself. So this I cannot separate from myself. So this let us keep with us. This is Laukika Prasiddhi, well known. Everybody knows that. Ego, I am, aham. But Shastra support also I am having. What is that? Aham Brahmasmi. With regard to Aham Brahmasmi Mahavakya, Brihadaranyaka it comes, first chapter, 4th Brahmanam, 10th mantra, Brihadaranyaka Aham Brahmasmi iti Mahavakyam. What they said there, Aham word retained. Aham word retained in Vedanta also. Neti neti iti vachane, after negating everything, Shastra retained that Ahankara. So therefore, Shrutehe cha, as Upanishad says, Anatma Dharmatvam Ayuktam. Don't say Ahankara is Anatma Dharma. Ahankara is Atma Dharma. Adi matram vechiko and solra. Adi matram irikatam. Yar sonna, Upanishad says Loka Prasiddham and sonna. Iti Ayuktam. Iti. Up to here, Purapakshi. Objectionist. Ivuda perissa argument paranga. Thinking he is very intelligent, okay, and looks as though he is correct also. Namukku Sureshwaracharya says, iti chet tat na, you are not correct. That aham also is not correct. Ahankara is also not connected to Atma. It is also connected to Anatma only. I will give you why. What is the reason? I will give you in 28th verse. Aham dharmasva bhinnaschet aham brahmeti vakyatah gaurohamityanaikanta anaikantah vakyam tadvyapanetritat. Another brilliant answer to Purapakshi. Purapakshi is brilliant. That's why we have to be more brilliant, smarter than. He is very smart. We have to be more smart, smarter. Aham dharma tu. This aham dharma, this attribute aham dharma abhinnaha ched. Aham dharmaha tu abhinnaha. You have to split. Abhinnaha is there, akara is there in that sandhi. Abhinnaha, non-different. From what? From aham brahma isti. Mahavakya. What you are telling, this ahankara is non-different from that aham which is used in aham brahmasmi. Aham brahma iti vakyataha. And you have taken that Mahavakya, and also because of universal experience and Shastra Prasiddhi, Loka Prasiddhi, you are taking like that. But people are talking, I am fair. That aham gauraha. Gauraha means here fair. I am fair complexion. I am Brahman. There also I am. I am fair complexion. Here also I am. What is correct? This aham, I am, used in the world parlance also. And then, but Shastra negating Atma is neither fair nor black. Okay. If you take that aham, Brahma, aham, as I am fair in complexion, my goodness, Vyapanetra tat, Shastra negate that. Atma is free from all colors. Aham word is used, but don't take because of that aham word is used. Therefore, aham have to include in Atma. That is not correct. Okay? More details in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.